My name is Diana Calvopina. I'm from Ecuador. I was born in a city called Guayaquil, and I grew up in a city right next to it called Milagro. I loved growing up in Ecuador. The weather was always nice and warm. I grew up like an hour away from the beach, so would often go to the beach and enjoy like being in the ocean. The culture, honestly, people are like so like warm. Like they like to welcome you, and you're always like a friend to them. I feel like people were always just so friendly and just say hi to the street to everybody, you know. I feel like I got used to Utah so quickly because the culture here is pretty similar. As in, like, everybody wanted to get to know me and everybody was so welcoming. The change for me, it was not like bad at all. I loved just moving here and learning about the culture and a new language. Everybody was so understanding, like, because since I didn't speak English that well, they were just so nice to me and wanted to help me. So it took me like, I would say 4 to 6 months to actually not speak like I do now, but like just get a hold of the language and just being able to express myself fluently. So when I graduated from high school in Ecuador, the Ecuadorian government offered me a scholarship to study in like a list of universities in the US. And so I just needed to learn English first. Since I didn't know English, I have some family here in Utah that went to BYU, so they told me about the ELC, the English program. So I was like, okay, sure, I can just go and learn English and then go to one of these universities in this list that Ecuador had given me. But after 2 semesters here at BYU, I just loved it. Like, I loved the culture, I loved that everybody was so welcoming, and I decided not to go to any of the other universities. So I decided not to take the Ecuadorian scholarship, and I decided to stay here at BYU. I did my undergrad here, and I started doing research like so early in my program. So I think I love that they give you opportunities since you were so young. Dr. Woolley, the advisor for that lab that took me in, he was just eager to have a new student and to teach me everything about the research that they did in the lab. And then when I applied to the PhD program, they not only like taught me everything that I needed to learn, but also gave me the opportunity to mentor undergraduate students. And I think that was fascinating to me. I think that's how I learned to love teaching. So in my project, I'm studying this protein complex that recognizes a specific molecule called TCLE. So TCLE is an inactive and boring, weak molecule. But after this protein complex makes a lot of modifications to it, it becomes into a potent antimicrobial. So if we can understand how this protein machinery makes all the modifications to TCLE to convert it into an antimicrobial, then we could use this protein complex to make novel antimicrobials. I'm honestly like fascinated by understanding how nature works at the molecular level, like how this protein machinery just takes a boring molecule and converts it into this interested and rigid antimicrobial. Start doing research early. I know, especially here at BYU, you have a lot of opportunities to join a lab. I mean, in my case as sophomore, I'm sure there are freshmen out there that are able to get into labs. So just start early and figure out if doing research is really what you want to do. And if it is, then you'll have a lot of like room for growth.